The start of a new season, a new starting goalie, Frank Doyle, Chad Langley, he looked pensive, big Tim Spencer was to play a big part in this night for the Sheffield Steelers. 7,500 people for the home opener against you-know-who, the Nottingham Panthers. A great shot to start off a great series of games, a minimum of 10 between these two clubs. First period was a pretty even one, both teams going close. Robert Dowd off the feed. This time the Nottingham Panthers, and keep your eye on, well, he's become one of the nemesis of the Steelers, 17, Francis. And he's left alone, all in front. He shoots, he scores past Frank Doyle. And the Nottingham Panthers led by a 0-0. Just in the 7th minute, 6:39, Francis all alone. And by the time Frank Doyle saw it, it was past him. Panthers led 1-0. Sheffield would come on various times. Big bullet came in. It was the Legui, Dowd and Nell line that were creating a few chances offensively. Mark Thomas getting involved. That's with Chris Murray, one of the new faces wearing the slightly mustard coloured shirts of Nottingham. Doyle was making stops when need be. He couldn't stop that one though. A blast from Stevie Lee. I think it took a deflection, but an absolute hammer. And the Panthers 45 doubled Nottingham's lead 2-0. Can you see here if it's deflected or not? There was a sound and it goes over the shoulder of Doyle. 2-0 Nottingham. Wasn't what we wanted. Especially as we were only 5 minutes into that second period. Tim Spencer though, up to the plate against Healy. 6'4" Spencer isn't very often the smaller guy. 6'7" Healy. They weigh each other up. And then here he comes. Two awfully strong, tough competitors and tough men. Pretty even to here, but then, bang, that right by Spencer. That knocks Healy, and then the takedown. I think we'll give that one to Spencer on points. They both tap each other as if to say, well done. And away we go. Benedict then took a penalty. Steelers on the power play. That fight had given them some momentum, and Jonathan Phillips shoots and scores. The Steelers on the board. Power play goal for Jonathan Phillips, his second in the Challenge Cup. It came at exactly half-time, 29-49. Nottingham try and move the net, but you'll see here the puck is in the back of the net. White paint, black paint, blue paint. The puck is in the back of the net. Steelers were on the board. Momentum had changed. For this period of the game, Sheffield were on top. The fight had done its job. Spencer had done his job. The fans were on their feet for the first time, but a power play and an interception. And this, if you like, was your TSN turning point. Lacroix on a breakaway, but denied by Kowalski. Lacroix again takes that shot. Kowalski stands tall. It's still 2-1. Then, just as Cohn steps back onto the ice from that chipping minor, David Clark out in front, even-handed goal by a couple of seconds, makes it 3-1. How many goals does David Clark score against the Sheffield Steelers? In his testimony all year, Clark shoots and scores. The Panthers double their advantage. Their fans very happy. Third period, to be honest, was a disappointing one for the Steelers. They couldn't get it going, and it was only perhaps a matter of time before the Panthers would score again. It was that guy Francis, and that Francis gets his second and man of the match performance from the Panthers, number 17. And that made it 4-1, and a very disappointing evening indeed for Doug Christiansen and his team. Lakovic was happy, the Panthers were happy. The 7,500, well, the majority, they weren't happy. Doug Christiansen's first game as the Steelers coach. Let's hear what he said.
It was one of those situations for us where we didn't really have the legs tonight. Either that or we didn't get it through us that this is the rivalry that we've been building up to. The fans have, the staff has, everybody has, and we didn't obviously put on the performance that we wanted to. But you know what? We have two options right now. We can try to improve, which we need to do, or we can sit there and sulk and be upset with ourselves. Obviously, we're disappointed, but now we need to find the weaknesses in this hockey club and improve it for next weekend.
It is very early, but it just didn't seem like the same team that we've seen in the other 4 games, did it?
The people who've seen us in the 4 games have seen a totally different team that played tonight. That's disappointing because you know what? You come home, you want it to be exciting, you want it to be a fun atmosphere, you want the players to have that energy. I told a number of the guys before the game, I said, these are the games that I wish I was playing. I'm jealous of you guys. But we just didn't have that sense of urgency tonight, and we need to make sure that we have it before Saturday.
Just talk to us about special teams. I know last night we couldn't score a power play goal. We got a power play goal tonight, and Jonathan Phillips gets 2 in 2 nights.
Well, last night, after the game, I left the rink very disappointed. I thought actually our 5-on-4 power play moved the puck extremely well, but the 5-on-3 really let us down last night. The week before, the 5-on-3 gets us the big goal with the same personnel. Some nights it doesn't go in the back of the net for you. Tonight it did, but you know what? Our special teams overall, especially our penalty kill, have been okay. But our power play needs to improve. We will improve. There's no doubt in my mind, but we've got some guys in there who are pressing a little bit, and they need to relax and do the things that make them successful.
Just talk to us about Tim Spencer. Tries to get some energy into his team and some energy into the building. It's a tough job, isn't it?
It's the toughest job in hockey. It's probably the toughest job in sports. You know what? To go out there and bare knuckle a 6'7" guy. There aren't many people in the world who are able to do that and to do it. And he did a great job. Got the team going. Got the building going. Fantastic for the team. Takes a tremendous amount of courage. We make it 2-1 on the back of that, but unfortunately, that third goal went in for our opponents, and we didn't get the puck in the back of the net. We had a breakaway. We had the chance. Didn't go in. That would have changed the complexion of the game, no doubt about it.
Very early though. Challenge Cup. The league season doesn't start until next week.
One of the things that we can always talk about is having had experience and having gone through things like this. There's been bad losses before. The Steelers have had bad losses. We've had bad losses in Belfast. We've had bad losses in Edinburgh. These things happen. Fortunately, it's Challenge Cup. Hopefully, we'll do enough in our other games to make sure that we get through the group phase. If we can do that, tonight's loss will be long and forgotten, and we'll be a team that can hopefully pick itself up and move forward and learn from tonight's mistakes.
John, it's probably 40 minutes after the game. I've just come into a very quiet dressing room to call you out to do this interview, and I would imagine a huge sense of disappointment from everybody on the team.
Yeah, we're all disappointed in ourselves tonight. We all said collectively we were just kind of step behind everything, and I think we were more reacting rather than kind of initiating plays. And when you're playing a team like Nottingham, if you're having to react all the time, then you're going to get punished. And there's a few times on a few of the goals we just kind of turn off mentally, and they're going to punish you. And they had a lot of chances then as well, and we couldn't convert on ours. And there's no excuse. We had a big crowd. It's our first home opener, and we got to be better.
Is that perhaps one of the things that we haven't actually played at home? Normally you've played a couple of home games, you've played some exhibition games at home before you come in, and with a new team perhaps it might have just been too big an occasion?
I'd like to say that, but I think realistically it's just the fact that I think we were really outcompeted tonight. And we all know that, and we're all ready for a hard week of practice this week.
On a personal front, you scored both on Saturday and Sunday. I know you sacrificed both of those goals for the points this evening, but you must be pleased that you've started off pretty well and got those points on the board.
Yeah, it's always nice to score, especially in the first couple of games. It gets your confidence right up there. So it's always nice, but as you said, it would have taken the points for sure. Yeah.
And last night, simply the best line on the ice last night was yourself, Huey, and Spence. It seems to, if there is some chemistry in the team right now, it does seem to be in that unit. Yeah,
we've done okay. We're just an energy line, and that's what Doug's wants, and he likes us playing against some of the top lines and just kind of creating some havoc, and we seem to be doing a good job so far.
He did a good night tonight, Spence, didn't he? Trying to get the crowd going, trying to get the team going with his fight.
He did unreal. Can't say enough about the guy, and steps up like that, and for a good, as soon as that happened, we had a good 10 minutes there. We had momentum, and we managed to score a goal, and but then we just kind of turned off from there. So. When someone like Spence does an unreal job like that, we've got to respect him and carry on right through the game.
Thank you.